A French scientist was completely trolled the internet by getting folks to believe that a slice of chorizo was actually an image of a star. It doesn't sound like it makes much sense, does it? But because of this trend of new images that we're now seeing, he was able to pull this off. Let's go to some details. Étienne Klein, he's a research director at France's Alternative Energies and Atomic Energy Commission. He posted this photo last week, claiming it showed the closest star to the sun. Is this quote? "This level of detail, a new world is revealed day after day." He claimed that it was an image captured by the James Webb Telescope, which everyone's been talking about as we see these new galaxies. I think the latest one was the pinwheel or whatever they're calling it. So let's take a look at this star. Actually, it's the closest star that's to the sun. Look at all those dark red spots that would tell you exactly the heat level of it if you were a scientist.
Spicy.
And he followed up with this tweet, even more so. Photo of Proxima Centauri, the closest star to the sun, located 4.2 light years from us. She was taken by the JWST. This level of detail, a new world is revealed day after day, as I mentioned. So this tweet ended up getting thousands of likes and retweets before Étienne revealed that it was actually just a slice of chorizo. This is when he revealed it to everyone and have a good old laugh to himself. Well, when it's time for the aperitif, I'm not sure I'm talking right, cognitive biases seem to have a field day. Beware then of them. According to contemporary cosmology, no object belonging to Spanish charcuterie exists anywhere but on Earth. So everyone got upset. No, not everyone. People actually were like, "Oh man, I can't believe you got me. I was like that too." Here's one of those. One person said, "Like an idiot, I got screwed." "Same," another person replied. The source was so credible. Now, Caroline, that is where my problem comes, because here's the last part of his explanation. Klein told French news outlet Le Point that his intention had been to educate people about fake news online, adding that, "I also think that if I hadn't said that it was a James Webb photo, it wouldn't have been so successful." Now hear me out. He posts a picture of chorizo. It's pretty obvious it's chorizo once you know it is. If you look at it and go, "Hey, this scientist that I don't know anything about posted this and said that he's this world-renowned scientist." Even if you look him up, you're like, "Oh yeah, he is a scientist. He may know this stuff." He said it's from the James Webb Telescope that everyone is ranting and raving about. So if you're the expert, if you tell everyone it's from this particular telescope, and then after you fooled everyone, it's fine, I get that part. You wanna fool everyone, have fun with a slice of chorizo, great. But then to go, "You know, you guys are so stupid. If you would have just thought about it, or maybe had access to the telescope, or maybe if you were a scientist like me, you would have known." I'm just trying to teach you guys about fake news online. You know what you've taught us about fake news online? That you're a part of it, and that now we're trying to figure out who you can and can't trust after they've given you credentials as the reasons why they can trust you. I get frustrated by the people who believe Alex Jones, which has zero amount of expertise on anything. That's where it's frustrating, and you want to teach someone about fake news online. But if you're a scientist and you've been proven to be one, and then you say, "I was just trying to tell you guys about fake news," it's like I go to my accountant during tax season and he goes, "Ha, I've been doing your taxes for 15 years, but I've been screwing you over. Aren't you stupid? No, you told me you're a tax person. I see the diploma on the wall. You have a whole business here and you've been doing my taxes for 15 years. You've proven that you're reputable. And now you want to flip it on me and say that you're no longer reputable and I'm teaching you a lesson about trusting me." Well, I've learned my lesson. No one should trust this guy anymore.
Caroline, since apparently you said JR on this thing, I want you to respond first.
I'm speechless. No, in all honesty, I was so delighted by this chorizo story that I didn't really read the thing that he was trying to make some sort of fake news statement. No, that's ridiculous. I love this little experiment. I did not really see that he was
Sorry, I got a little loud, my bad.
No, that you are so passionate about this issue, and we need more people like you standing up to the big chorizo lobby that is clearly trying.
I see the shade in these comments. First of all, Caroline, I can feel the sarcasm.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do get a lot of where your anger comes from, because there's an air of pretentiousness of oh, so I'll also give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt that I'm not sure how great the French to English translation was. Although your French to English pronunciations were very spot on.
I feel like I messed up on this one, maybe.
No. You didn't pronounce charcuterie well, but everything else was spot on.
My wife talks about that all the time, and every time she tells me, I don't know what that is.
But I understand, and I'll even even maybe disagree with you to the point, JR, because we've covered a lot of, just throughout the years of TYT and especially prominent people on the left, of people who have credentials, expertise, a lot of different letters by their name, like PhD, MA, etc., who then weaponize their credentials because they see how you can do this on the internet for clicks and likes and attention. And then they weaponize that, and then they drop a lot of their allure of, or their educational rigor, their academic rigor. They drop that in favor of whatever's the latest red meat they can toss to an often right-wing base. And so I think you can often have times where you have someone who has prestigious, a lot of credentials. The credentials don't necessarily mean that you are a person with informed opinions, you express those informed opinions out publicly. But if I take the benefit of the doubt that this professor was trying to make an example about fake news, well, you posted fake news and you put that out into the ecosystem. Who's to say that those people who saw that little pepperoni star thing, whatever you're talking about, like who's to say that they actually read the follow-up tweet and go, oh, that was a fake thing. Oh, that actually wasn't true. Now, maybe when it's this case of, okay, this is humans seeing a photo of a supposed star, it may not affect their day-to-day routines. But if you take this out of that context and put it into how people take in information and misinformation on the web, okay, I don't think he's making his case very well, because then people don't see that updated information, they get lost in it, they then go act out and go, well, I saw this online, so it has to be true. I think it's really dangerous in that regard. I don't like the way he did it, and it does give off that air of, oh, I'm a scholar, I know so much more than you. You didn't spot the fake news. How daring, how dashing, how quaint.
Yeah, if it's some rando, I get it. And by the way, yes, I'm sure many people felt, but it's the good part. Obviously, it's a harmless joke, right? No one got injured in the making and the slicing of this chorizo or the taking of the picture. So I get it. So yeah, I'm seeing people tell me to calm down. No, I won't. Not at all.
No,
there is I'm sorry, Caroline. You come on the show and I get to screaming at you and stuff. You're not coming on to watch this anymore.
Well, look, I absolutely would have fallen for this. I still think it looks a lot like a star. I'm not convinced that it even is chorizo. I think it really is actually a star, and he is still trolling all of us. So that's, especially if you're like really far away and you squint your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the best.
Fake meat is all
fine. I'll give the dude one piece of credit. If you actually have seen any of the other images from this telescope that everyone's been talking about, it looks nothing. The kinds of images don't look anything like how solid that one is. So fine. Maybe you should have known better.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.